you are actually a bigger part of how this person will heal and how this person will move forward.
Welcome to Life of an Amputee. So today I'm going to be interviewing a friend I just met here at Otobok, Kenya, and he will introduce himself and I'll be asking some questions. So can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you for this opportunity. I'm David Leonce.
Okay.
I'm a Tanzanian. I live in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I'm 24 years old.
Okay.
I'm turning 25 actually in a few days.
Oh, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you. And I'm happy that this interview is one of the last things I'm doing at 24. And yes, I'm not married,
Okay.
so I'm still single. Yes, and I'm also currently a patient at Otobok, Kenya, and I'm a lawyer by profession.
Nice.
Thank you. And I've also been involved in various philanthropic activities. So I would say this opportunity is something that I believe will be able to help, but also touch so many people's lives, maybe by just our experiences, my experience and your experience as well. I love cooking.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yes, I love cooking and I always take time to learn new recipes. I always try out new things. And another thing is I love reading books and I also enjoy traveling.
So, if I may ask, how
Yes.
did you get your amputation and when?
Okay, I got my amputation as a result of a crash injury in a car accident, and that was in December 2018. So since then it has been quite a journey, I would say.
Can you give us a summary of your experience so far?
Yes, I would say, as an amputee, in my experience, I would say at the beginning is usually the toughest part, I'd say, because at that point, you're already used to something else. So for example, for me at the time, I was 22, and for these 22 years of my life, I was already used to a certain way. And at that time, after amputation, you have so many questions that, what next? What happens after this? How will my life be? How is this going to happen? So you're mixed with pain and fear as well. So at the beginning, that was the case. But I also believe that when we have faith as well, God sees you through things. So I would say from the beginning, also my faith in God helps me to be patient that, okay, I don't know this journey, it's a new journey, but I believe God will lead me and He will be with me throughout the way. So since then, there have been challenges, a lot of challenges, and I would say there have also been good times as well. Well, somebody may ask, what good times can come out of being an amputee? Because that's you losing your limb, using your limb, and life has changed completely. Yes, the fact that a limb has changed completely, you've lost your limb and your body has changed completely, is sad, yes, but at that moment it's very important to look at what you still have. And from what you still have, you also have to look at, in that situation, what's the best thing you can make out of the situation you're in. So the good times come from the fact that I got to meet a lot of other people in this journey. I got to understand about orthopedics. I got to meet, for example, people here at Otobok. I got to learn about the prosthetics technology. So it's it's a whole new world, I would say, and it's both exciting and I would say even the challenges are part of something that helps us grow. It has helped in my personal growth, it has helped in how I approach even other things, and it has generally transformed me in a better way as well.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much for that. So, can you tell us like one or two challenges you've faced so far, and like has there been any social stigma whatsoever?
I think that there are more than two challenges, of course. Yes, I mean to answer your question, you first said the challenges and if there have been any stigma. So I'll start with the challenges. The challenge at first is getting back to your life, all the things you loved, all the things you're passionate about, all the things that you're doing. How do you get back to them? Because you worry how to do them. But also in reality, it's a challenge now that you either can't do them,
or you can't do them as well.
Yes, so you have to struggle to adjust. And of course, I can say, even in that challenge, there's always a way out. So you just design your own way of doing things. So I think that was a challenge, but with time, I kept believing that in each thing, something would come out of it. Yes, exactly. And then another challenge was also, I would say, your family members, your loved ones, your friends, colleagues, all these people that were part of your daily life, how they see you now has changed. So for some, they would see you as fragile and
yes.
And that might also be a challenge because it might not only hinder your healing and growth, but it also makes the other people, the ones that are around you, not to also be able sometimes to do what they have to do for themselves, because they will keep thinking about you, they will keep thinking on how to deal with everything that you're going through. So in a way it may also bring them back. Yes, so that's another challenge. And stigma, I would say, yes, it's there. It's there. Sometimes you'd see that happening and you'd say, okay, this is because of ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
This is because the person does not understand that whatever happened to me might have also happened to
you.
Yes, and it can also happen to you tomorrow. But also apart from that, it's also just the lack of awareness that this person is not any different. This is a whole human being with a soul and a mind that is capable of doing so many things. So you just see it and you learn to adapt and educate whenever possible as well. But also from that, I would say you might be walking in the streets and someone sees you and
people stare.
Yes, there's that. There's a lot of staring.
Yes,
There's a lot of staring. Whether you have an artificial limb or even without it.
Yeah.
For example, for me it took a while until I got the limb, the artificial arm. So even that time before I got the arm, I would still go back, do everything that I used to do. But then you might go on the streets and someone is staring at you, or you get random sympathies from people. They're like, very sorry, very sorry.
And like, oh, you're so sorry. What are you sorry for?
Yes, exactly. Because
Exactly.
because at times you'd say, this person does not know me. I might have well been born like this.
Yeah.
So, and another sad thing actually is that when people associate people with disabilities as people who are always on the streets begging.
Yes.
So they associate being a person with disability and being a beggar. So you might go to. I faced an experience before. I can share it. I once went to a shop and I wanted to buy something, but as soon as I just entered there, they reacted in a way like, "What do you want? Why are you here?" You know that reaction of
yes, when you see a nuisance, like that's it.
yes, exactly. So the reaction that people usually give to beggars when they go, like, "We don't have any money to give you, just leave," before the person even finishes saying what they want to say. So I saw that it hurt me, but I was like, I wanted to buy whatever it was, so I still insisted and I bought it. And yes, but also there are a lot of other good people out there. As much as there are challenges, there are a lot of other good people out there that see you and try to accommodate your needs. Let's say you've gone to buy something and the bag, you cannot put everything. So people would help you, and there's so many other things that people feel with love without necessarily making you feel like they're pitying you or like you're a charity case. Yes.
Thank you. So did you ever have phantom pain?
I had phantom pain. I still do.
Okay. So how have you been managing the phantom pain?
I think that one of the things I did was, as soon as I was told about it, that it would happen. So when I kept experiencing it, I wasn't really surprised, but I always developed curiosity to read more about it. And so online I found some, how would I put it? They said they're like therapies of some sort, like the neurotherapy. And yes, it gave me some relief, yes. It worked. But also, I think sometimes I just used to try to focus on whatever I was doing. So it also kept me in check until I'd forget about it and it would go.
Okay, so how long after your amputation did you get your prosthesis?
For me, I waited, I would say, around 10 months.
Okay.
Maybe that might be a long time. I think.
Long.
Yes. Though I was told by professionals that I could have got it earlier, and actually they had told me about getting it early. But for me, I at the time I felt like I was not ready. I felt I was not ready emotionally. I was not ready physically as well, and also at the time I was still finishing my final year, and so I felt it would be difficult for me to divide my time between going for the fitting, the therapy and everything, and
still focus school and
exams. Yes, and because even after the accident I'd lost so much time in school, so I was still catching up, so it was not ideal. That's why I waited. But yes, I would say the waiting also helped me with my healing as well, and for me to be comfortable under my own skin.
Yes. Thank you. Can we see your prosthesis in Roman?
Okay.
Okay. So, how does it work?
So this is it's called the digital twin. And it's a myoelectric arm, so it uses electrical signals.
From the muscles?
Yes, from the muscles. But yes, so that's like how it works. It can open, it can close. So ideally, with this, I can hold something and then say a glass or something, and then I could do that. And I can also rotate. And it can rotate like 360 degrees, so entirely it can go all the way round. But for example, it aims to assist, say, let's say in holding a glass. Let's say you have a glass on this end and you have a bottle of water. When you already hold the bottle of water and want to pour water in that glass, say, so that rotation would help you to approximate at what angle and for you to actually pour the water and do whatever purpose you want to do with it. Yes. So this is very useful, and I would say I also have an arm that's called a bionic, and with this one it's even much more functional, and maybe probably we'll share some other videos sometime later. Yes, so this one is more functional and you can do a lot of things with it. So you get to see the beauty of technology and how much it's actually changing lives. At Otobot Kenya, when you come for the bionic, it comes with the digital twin.
Okay.
So the digital twin is meant to help you, because the bionic is like a complex and I would say something that and high end, and it needs like proper care and maintenance. So it's usually advised that when you are not using it, you put on the digital twin so that you can still have functions, but just limited functions. Yes.
Okay. So how does it feel using a prosthesis, an arm prosthesis?
I would say using an arm prosthesis is quite interesting. It's quite interesting, but it's also a very, how do I put it? It's also a very good experience. It's a good experience, it's a learning experience, and using it every day makes you feel, with time, I mean at the beginning you also notice that, okay, this is a foreign element on my body. It never feels like
100% part of you.
Yes, it never feels 100% part of you. That's a sad reality, but it's also not exactly sad, because it's how you look at it. For me, I would say I would look at it as an exciting adventure, because you get to have something that assists you. So it's just something exciting, and using it for so many other things is also interesting, because you get to do something but differently.
Your own way.
Yes, exactly. So it gives you that opportunity to do things your own way. And so, yes, it's a good experience. It needs you to learn. It needs patience as well. But it's good. Using an arm prosthesis can also be tiring in a way, depending on the arm itself. But, sometimes in hot weather, it feels really hot on the inside. But also, if you wear it for most of the day, by evening you are tired. It's just how you are tired. It's like how you are tired from putting on your shoes or from...
You don't want to take it off.
Yes, so at the end of the day you're like, okay, finally I can take this off.
Same with me.
And I'd say even for the cosmetic ones, the ones that do not really move, they're also very useful, because they help with our body balance and the appearance as well, so as to reduce at least the staring and all other associated negativity.
So do you have any word of advice for like new amputees or amputees generally?
Okay. My advice would be that as an amputee, especially as a new amputee, you're entering in a new journey, and it's not necessarily going to be a bad journey. So from the beginning you need to understand that yes, there will be tough times, but in life, whether you're an amputee or not, tough times are there. So you just need to be kind to yourself. You need to always remember that you are still the same person. Any body part losing any body part, or even if you had it, does not change who you are. So and even how you're going to recover and deal with this new journey and possibly turn it exciting will all depend on you and your attitude, and of course your efforts that you invest in yourself. So please never lose hope and trust in yourself. Have faith in God, and just every day work towards understanding yourself better and just getting better, and eventually everything will keep falling in place. Be patient, and there are so many of us out here who actually believe that your life has meaning, has purpose, and you're actually going to make a lot of positive impact to your loved ones and to your country, your community, and even to the world. So please keep fighting. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So do you have any other advice for those that are watching this video but they are not amputees?
Yes. Thank you for that question, actually. I would say for those that are not amputees out there, you as much as the amputees also have a bigger part to play in an amputee's journey. So I would say be kind, try to understand the situation, read about it, eliminate the unnecessary stigma. Okay, eliminate all the stigma because there's no necessary stigma. Eliminate all the stigma surrounding amputation and people with disabilities in general, and you will get to see that amputees and people with disabilities in general are people that are much more capable. Let them invent and do things their own way. That gives them peace and hope. Plus, just be there for them. You are actually a bigger part of how this person will heal and how this person will move forward. So, to all those that are already doing that, and to those that from watching this video will do it, thank you so much. May God bless you.
Thank you.
And all the best.
Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this interview or you learned one or two things from this interview, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.